Hey, hey, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning. Oh, I'm still jamming. Let me turn my phone down. All right, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank y'all for being patient, okay? Thank y'all for being patient. I was trying to wrap up a call. I was on a Zoom call, okay? So we have to do those things so we can get finished with that and then do what we got to do over here, all right? We're trying to multitask and still get the show out for you guys. Thank y'all for waiting for me and all of the things of the things, all right? Hi, everyone. Let's go back and speak. Let's speak because y'all been waiting so diligently, and I hate to have you guys on wait, but hey, I got to get to the money first. Okay. We got to get to the money first. And then we got to come over here and do what we got to do. I see a great deal of my mods in here today. So thank y'all for showing up, honey, so we can show out today. Thank you, Mary Giles. I see you, Miss Pruitt. I see you, Yvette Bell. I see you, KBR. That's my mod. Hey, what's up, Sheila Washington? Hey. Deborah Banks. Hey. Erica Rogers is here. Miss Washington is here. Denise Slate is here. Good morning. Good morning, Sweet Essence. My other mod, y'all. Please congratulate her. She is our new backup mod. Thank you for coming. Okay. Alicia Stout, thank you for being here, ma'am. My other mod, True TV Podcast. Do we have all my mods here? Simple Mom Family TV. Thanks for being here, love. She's a content creator. Please check her out. Who else we got? Miss Cookie Dough. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. I'm scrolling. Hold on. I see everybody speaking to everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Lies, more lies. I see you. Sunny Days is in the building. Y'all check out Miss Sunny Days as well. Okay. Big Steak. I see you, Big Steak. Good morning. Good morning, Peppers Love. I see you in the building. Cassandra D. I see you. Good morning. Good morning and good morning. Darlene Mungum. I see you. Good morning. Good morning. Who else? I'm seeing some of the same names. Tammy Fox. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning. Erica Butler. I see you. Shaquanda. I see you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Maddie Pope. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning. I'm still scrolling. Nadine Flight. Good morning. Good morning. Delilah T. I see you. Good morning. I'm still scrolling. I want to say good morning to everyone because I appreciate y'all waiting. CC said it. Good morning. That's a new name. I haven't seen her in here, or maybe I just missed it. But good morning and welcome if you're a first timer. Good morning. Good morning, Playtime. Good morning. Kim Jones. Good morning. Sylvia Blow. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Laura Eating. I see you. Carla Van Zandt. Good morning. I see everybody pouring in. Good morning, Bridget J. Good morning, Carla Van Zandt again. Good morning. Good morning. I'm still scrolling. Felicia, I see you. Good morning. Did I say Deborah Johnson? Good morning. Good morning. Angela is in the building. Tanasha Harris. Good morning. Monica Gillespie. Good morning. Good morning, Ronnie. Good morning. Monica Gillespie. I think he said I said you. Sheila Rumpf. Good morning, ma'am. I think we're to the end of the list now. Let's get into the show. All right, so everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. Okay, let's go ahead and jump on in. All right, today, guys, we gotta say rest in peace to Miss Keke Jabar. Okay, y'all can put the purple hearts in the building. Today, y'all, is the day. Y'all remember Keke passed away on this day. What, a year ago? Has it been a year now? It's been a year. Today on this day. A year ago, we lost Keke Jabar from Love and Marriage Huntsville. So you guys definitely put the purple hearts in the building for her. We're going to be talking a little bit about her later on in the show. Okay. Y'all know Keke Jabar. We're going to be talking about her a little bit in the show. All right. So let's go ahead and jump in. So y'all put the purple hearts in for Miss Keke Jabar this morning. Okay. Rest in peace to you, love. I hope you're resting well. All right. You are definitely missed. Right quick, let's see. Hold on. All right, so yeah. Kiki. Let's do a moment of silence for Kiki. I'm gonna make sure I acknowledge it. Okay. All right, I'm gonna play this little clip of Kiki talking. Shout out to Tink Moshe, because that's what I saw. Okay, let's go.
Conflict. I wouldn't say I want conflict, but sometimes conflict is necessary. But y'all can let people sit up and cry them puppy dog tears and play the victim if you want to. But the people who really know us in our real lives, they know what's up. So proud of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, sometimes you got to take your professional hat off and get ratchet on people who keep trying you. You ain't know? Look, I have degrees. I don't have to prove that to anybody, okay? I am extremely smart. I don't have to prove that to anybody either. Everybody who knows me knows that. Anybody who's taking my class knows that. But sometimes you have to prove to a bitch that you'll meet them right where they at. And right conflict, I wouldn't say I want conflict, but sometimes conflict is necessary. But
all right, so rest in peace to Kiki. We will be talking a little bit about Kiki later on. Okay, let's stop sharing. Hold on, guys. I think they're saying that the verdict may be in for Diddy. Let's fade that out. All right, let me see something. Hold on, because I know they said by 9, honey. It's 10. Give me a second. Let's see. The verdict is in. Stay tuned. Really? They're gonna play with me like that? Okay, so they don't have it yet. They're just saying that the verdict is in. Stay tuned. We're gonna find out here in a minute. I'll go ahead and show that where I'm looking. We still don't know. Girl, I thought it was about to tell me something. Oh my God, I was about to say what? But that's all they have thus far. Ooh, let me see. Because somebody else, let me go to TMZ, because I know they always gonna have an update, y'all. Hold up. Let me get on over there, child. Because baby, we own this, baby. We own this. I'm kind of moving my show around just a little bit, but y'all know Diddy, his verdict is definitely going to be at the top of our list. Okay. All right, let me turn stuff up so we can hear. Let's turn it all the way up. Okay. Let's see. Shout out to TMZ, because that's where we're watching. Let's see what they're saying. All right, Diddy trial jury. Jury says that they have a verdict. So hold on, let's see.
This keeps crashing because there's so many people.
You're doing both?
I'll keep an eye on CNN. Can you keep an eye on?
Now, that says that Diddy's about to learn his fate because the jury is in federal criminal trial, says that they have reached a verdict. Now, we know yesterday they were hung on one, which was the RICO. They were flatlined on the RICO. They had not made a decision on that, but all the other charges, all the other 4, they had already checked off the box on what they found him to be guilty or not guilty. So they were waiting to see what the RICO decision would be today. So once they find that out, they're going to announce it. So they're waiting. Let's see. It says this is the second time that the jury sent a note about the verdict on Tuesday. They said that they reached a verdict on the SEX trafficking and Mann Act counts, but were unable to reach a verdict on racketeering conspiracy charge.
Now we just have Jane sex trafficking and sorry, I'm yelling. Jane sex trafficking and Jane Mann Act.
Sex trafficking not guilty. Transportation of prostitution, Jane guilty.
Wow, so 2 of the Mann Acts. 2 Mann Acts and that's it.
Up to 20.
20 years. But you know what? But that may be concurrent, and the prosecution.
Well, it's 2 separate acts. It wouldn't be.
This is a.
Oh my.
Even though he's found guilty, huge. This is a loss for prosecutors.
Yeah.
I mean, their whole point was Diddy was a racketeer who forced them into sex. The jury said no.
This is the entire case now is just a simple prostitution case.
It's a prostitution case, which is
A prostitution case that he faces up to 20 years for.
No, we got that, but just the fact that prostitution is different than.
And by the way,
I agree. It was the easiest count, and this is a loss for the.
They never. If this were just a Mann Act, they never would have prosecuted him. They prosecuted him on racketeering and on sex trafficking, and they lost.
But I think the judge will throw the book at him on the 2 counts because that's all they got him on, and he's been.
Let's refresh. I need an update.
That the judge in sentencing, he did, but they found him guilty on the Mann Act.
That is
I think he might give him.
Well, and by
All right, to get on my nerves. I really want y'all to just. Let me go to my another source here. Because motherfuckers be playing and whatnot. Hold up. Motherfuckers. Let me go to another source because they doing too much damn talking for me. I don't want to hear all that shit. I want the nitty gritty. Y'all hold on. Give me a second, okay? Bitch, let me go to CNN. They fucking around. I don't got time for this. I got time for this. All right. All right, so let's share. Because we know if we watching from CNN, bitch, it's going to be legit. All right. So let's get it. Let's get it. Let's move that. All right. So just in, Combs found guilty of prostitution charges, but not guilty of most serious counts. Says that Sean Diddy Combs was found guilty by a federal judge or jury on charges of transportation to engage in prostitution, but was acquitted for the most serious charges in the case that feature salacious allegations that he coerced women into sexual encounters with other men, called sometimes referred to as freak-offs. Combs, who is 55 years old, was charged with 5 counts, 1 count of racketeering conspiracy and 2 counts of each of sex trafficking and transportation to engage in prostitution. He was found not guilty on racketeering conspiracy and sex trafficking. He faces up to 10 years. Hallelujah. He should have got more. All right. All right, let me see a little bit of this. Why are we looking at that? I don't care about this. Is this oh, let's get by the ad. Hold on, let's get past this ad, okay? Let me see a little bit about what they're saying here. I feel like he should have got more than 10 years. And not that I'm trying to be a creep this morning about that, but I mean, nigga, who are you to be out here prostituting women? Because that's exactly what it was. And you did it, and you ran your this.
So on this 5th charge of racketeering conspiracy that the jury is deadlocked on, just walk us through that a little bit more. I mean, explain exactly what that charge is and what would the prosecution have needed to prove exactly to make a convincing case there. I mean, it is, as a reminder again, the charge that carries the heaviest penalty.
Yes, it carries the heaviest penalty, and it is by far the most complicated. When I heard that this is the one the jurors could not come to a unanimous decision on, I was not surprised. It's a very complicated charge, and it requires a showing that Combs and at least one other person conspired to engage in a criminal enterprise. So there has to be a conspiracy between at least 2 people and a criminal enterprise. And that criminal enterprise committed what's called predicate crimes. And the jury has to decide that at least 2 crimes were committed within the course of 10 years. Now that sounds like a mouthful. Keep in mind the jury has the jury instructions with them in the deliberation room. It's like 40 pages front and back, and a lot of it is dedicated to RICO, because not only do prosecutors have to prove the
fair use. Shout out to CNN, fair use.
Conspiracy and that an enterprise existed, but also that prosecutors proved at least 2 of those predicate crimes. They include kidnapping, bribery, arson, the sex trafficking, prostitution. Some of the charges are actually predicate crimes as well. So the jury has to be unanimous on at least 2 of those predicate crimes in order to convict. So all of that being said, it requires a lot of agreeing in order to get to a conviction. And the note yesterday said that they were in a deadlock, and so there were differing opinions on that particular charge. So whether that means they can't agree on the predicate crimes or they can't agree on the threshold matters like conspiracy or an enterprise. We don't know. But what we do know is the jury is going to get back to work in the deliberation room this morning.
Yeah, they're going to get back to work in just a few hours here. When a jury is deadlocked like that, and particularly on such a complicated charge as you were just laying out, take us inside that room. I mean, how do the people in that room potentially get to a unanimous decision? And also, I mean, how likely do you think that is?
I actually think in this case, it's very unlikely. I do not think that the jury is going to be able to come to consensus. Of course, we don't know. We're only opining because we're not in that room. Jury deliberations are secret. So the content of what they speak about, we are not allowed to know. Even the judge is not allowed to know. So what the jury is going to do is follow the instruction that the judge gave yesterday. He gave what we call, it was a watered down version of what's called an Allen charge. And an Allen charge basically says to the jury, go into the deliberation room and keep an open mind. If you're in the minority of people, and in your opinion, listen to the majority. If you need to see more evidence, see more evidence. Try and come to a consensus, but do not give up your true convictions. So the language is very specific, not to be what's called coercive, not to feel like it's putting pressure on the jury, agree no matter what. The language is to go in there and really listen, keep an open.
All right, so we get the point. I'm a little disappointed. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little disappointed that I feel that the jury did not really do their fucking job. Okay. All of the evidence that was presented to you, how the fuck do you come out and just say, oh, it was just prostitution? Let's go back and look at the video of just Cassie alone. Okay. A lot can be said just about that video alone in terms of him running down this hallway, grabbing her, trying to make her do something that she did not want to do. We've heard testimony from the drug mule, who also talked about he was carrying these drugs for these women to be prostituted. That falls under RICO when you have several people who participate in said crime. Mind you, these crimes also, it was mentioned, okay, by other people who testified as well, that there was an enterprise that was run through his businesses. Bad Boy Entertainment. We heard of the female that came forward to talk about that as well. I'm not understanding why they didn't see this though. Anyway, so they're saying he's facing, if he faces up to 10 years in prison. So, I mean, the good news, I guess, is he's not going home. The bad news is that they did not get him on all the charges they should have. Trafficking is when you take someone over state lines or any lines, okay, with the idea and or understanding that there will be sexual favors involved. That was done. That was definitely done. So I don't know. And I don't know if somebody was scared or manipulated. The judge did have to check Diddy on constantly turning around, giving facial expressions to the jury. Y'all remember that during this trial? He continued to turn around and like give death stares at certain people on the jury. It could have been them scared to say, hey, guilty. If they did, they didn't know if their life was going to be in danger. So all of these things should have been taken into consideration. Okay. Should have been taken into consideration. Maybe that jury should have been taken out of the lineup as being a part of the jury. If said situation, if that person felt a little bit intimidated, maybe take them off and replace that person, because Diddy should not have a right to even be turning around. His face should be like tunnel vision while he's sitting in court. He should not be looking at anyone, because people can be intimidated and not to tell the truth and do the right thing because they're afraid. Diddy is a powerful person. He has a lot of money. He has people on the outside that can get things done. He don't have to touch anyone, but he has people who can come back and hurt somebody or take somebody out if that's what he feels he wants to do. A lot of these criminals, when they're in jail, they know these phone calls are recorded, so they speak in codes and they can get things done. I feel like the jury dropped the ball in this situation, because I saw just in from the things that I read up and saw and been following this case since it started, more than prostitution. Way more. RICO definitely. But can't do anything else. Can't do anything else. Let's move forward, honey. We'll spin the block some more on this Diddy stuff, child, because this shit gonna make me mad. I don't know why I be so emotional. Well, not emotional. I don't know why I be so mad sometimes about stupid shit. If I was on the jury, it's cut and dry. You seeing it, you saw the videos, you seeing they showing you all this evidence. You sitting there like, nope. I don't see it. I don't see it. Like, what the fuck? Did somebody get paid under the table that we don't know about? Weird. Trump claims that we now have no inflation and that gas has hit $1.99 in 5 states. Anybody seen that? Anybody in 5 states that have seen the gas prices going down to $1.99? Let's see. Neighborhood Talk, shout out to you.
This bad spending is what caused inflation. So now we have no inflation. Gasoline just hit $1.99 today in 5 states. $1.99, isn't that a nice sound? It was up to $4, and going up to $5, $6, and $7. In California, it was $7.70. But we just hit in five states $1.99, $1.98. And it's coming down to that level, so that'll be a big thing. And one of the reasons the prices and costs are going down when you go to the supermarket, because I said I was going to get costs down, we're getting the costs down. Food is coming down. When I came out, my first week, if you remember, I had a lunatic reporter screaming at me saying, eggs are going through the roof. What are you going to do about eggs? I said, I just got here. I didn't know anything about eggs. I had to call you. I said, look, I just got here. Tell me the problem. Well, they're doubled in price, and they're going to be 5 or 6 times higher. They were right, actually. I said, let me work on it. And now we have eggs down to the same numbers it was when I first came in. You know, we lowered in his bad spending is what caused.
So he still didn't name off the 5 states that have low gas. He just said, yeah, there's 5 states that are low in gas. Where? Everybody saying where? Where? Again, Kennedy saying the lies. So he was hosting this immigration roundtable at some type of Florida detention facility, and this is what he had to say about the gas prices going down, which he's saying that in 5 states now they've seen a difference in their prices. I haven't seen it anywhere I live. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't get up there yet to put the manipulate the numbers yet. I don't know. But I ain't seen no gas nowhere for no damn $1.99. And if we do, bitch, they ain't gonna have no more gas because it's gonna be a line around the freaking corner trying to get this gas for $1.99. Y'all know summertime about to hit. Everybody about to start traveling. What is the best time for gas to go down? Right? Baby, why? Let's move on, child. All right, let's get into this other piece of politics so we can get on into the mess. Honey. All right, so JD Vance cast a tie-breaking vote to pass Trump's big beautiful bill. Now it includes $3.8 trillion in tax cuts, all right, and $900 billion in Medicaid cuts, as well as a major debt increase. All right, let's get into what it has to say.
In this vote, the yeas are 50, the nays are 50. The Senate being evenly divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative. The bill as amended is passed. On this vote, the yeas are 50.
Y'all see that? All right, according to the big beautiful bill, after 50-50 split with Vice President JD Vance casting the deciding vote, said that this sweeping legislation makes Trump's 2017 tax cuts permanent, delivering massive benefits to wealthy households while slashing nearly $1 trillion from Medicaid and SNAP over the next decade. I don't like that. Now, the bill will also roll back to clean energy tax credits, threaten healthcare access for millions, and is projected to add up to $3.8 trillion to the national debt, according to the Congressional Budget Office. Now, critics warn that the cuts will harm low-income Americans while benefiting the rich. The fuck? But Trump and his supporters are calling it a win. Pay very close attention and stay woke. All right. We do know biblically it does say that the poor will get poor, the rich will get rich. All right. But he shall also reign on the just as well as the unjust. Okay, so you got to look at it that way. All right, got to look at it that way. Not sure why they are worried about the rich having tax cuts. They're okay. Why make the people who are suffering in lower tax brackets have to deal with all these cuts and not be able to access the benefits that they were using in order to get from point A to point B? That's an issue. Now, while most Republicans backed the plan, and said the senators Susan Collins, Thom Tillis, and Rand Paul broke ranks, saying that they couldn't support the bill that puts basic health care and, support programs at risk. All right. Now, the bill now heads to the House for final approval. I don't agree with it, but I feel like you're fixing one problem to create another. You're fixing one problem by creating another. If you're taking away all of these benefits that you say is going to take away, 3.8 trillion in cuts, then you're going to have more people who are homeless, sleeping on the streets, committing crimes because they got to survive, feed their families, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. Like it's a catch-22, but that's what's going on with that. Let me get off that because that's something else going to piss me off. Let's get into this about deportation. We've been seeing a lot of that since Trump took office. Deportation. A lot of Hispanics are being sent out of here. People who are not from here, who was safe to be here, not so much. The question now is Trump trying to get rid of Black people too? Is he trying to send Black people somewhere? I found this post and I definitely want to talk about it because, hey, he's doing everything else illegal. What's to say that he wouldn't try to send us up out of here? Now, the question was asked, could Trump deport Black citizens? Now, they said the legal expert breaks it down. Y'all got to hear this. Let's get into it.
Trump deport Black American citizens? The answer is no, not lawfully, because we're citizens. But if you ask whether he can unlawfully deport Black Americans, the answer is yes. Because the Supreme Court just took away lower court's ability to stop him. And if you don't believe me, let me show you how this became real after the Trump v. Casa birthright citizenship case. So in Trump v. Casa, the Supreme Court ruled that federal judges cannot issue nationwide injunctions or universal injunctions against Trump executive orders except with class action lawsuits. And those can take a while to be certified, those class action lawsuits. That means even if Trump signs an unconstitutional, unlawful, can Trump deport the full executive order, judges can only protect the people who are named in the lawsuit or members of the certified class action lawsuit. Everyone else, they're vulnerable. Even if what Trump does is blatantly unconstitutional or illegal. So, can Trump deport Black American citizens lawfully? No. But that's not the question anymore, because he doesn't need to act lawfully if there are no judges that can stop him. In fact, Justice Jackson warned, she said in her dissent, quote, "The executive can now deny people rights that the founders plainly wrote into our Constitution, so long as those individuals have not found a lawyer." And Justice Sotomayor said, quote, "No right is safe in the new legal regime the court creates, full executive rights," close quote. She said no right, that means no citizenship right, no civil right, no voting rights, etc. Folks, that's not theory. That's not me pontificating. That's the reality.
Come on, pontificate. I love to hear our Black people speak and have, come on.
That we're living in now. Additionally, back in March, Trump told El Salvador's president he would be deporting homegrown criminals. He didn't say immigrants. He said homegrown. That means people born in the United States. So if he targets Black Americans as criminals or gangbangers or threats or enemies, etc., what's stopping him from issuing an executive order to detain or to deport those people? Nothing. That puts Black Americans and any other targeted group in danger. This is why they say elections have consequences, folks. So remember, stay woke. Remember, stay woke.
Let's play it again.
Remember, stay woke.
Okay, y'all hear that? Y'all hear that? Now, my question is, where are you deporting somebody to when they've never been anywhere but here? Is my question. So if you're breeding people who are committing crimes, gang, like he said, gang banging and all that on the gang, where are these people being deported if he's getting them out of the country? How do you know where to send these people if they were born here and have never ever been outside the United States? Where are you sending them? Now we know if you're Haitian, like I see you guys put it in there, Haitians will go to Haiti. Well, Haiti, not Haitian, Haiti. Okay, Jamaicans will go to Jamaica. Okay, Africans will go back to Africa, Nigerians to Nigeria. You're from here, you're from America. Where will you go if he decides to start transporting or deporting Black people from up out of here for whatever reason, unconstitutionally, because he can get away with it, and it will take time for the justice system to rule that you should be here. They still haven't brought the guy that they sent over, and where was he? Where they send this guy to the prison over there where they done shaved his head and everything? He was ordered to bring that man back. He still ain't back. So imagine how long it would take if he sent Black people. Are y'all getting this? Are y'all getting this? He was ordered through the courts to send that man back here to his family because he was unlawfully deported. And they're coming up with every excuse in the book as to why they cannot do it. So do you not think that we could be next? El Salvador. Thank you. Send that guy to El Salvador, snatched him up from his family and sent him to El Salvador. He's supposed to be here. Legally, he was supposed to be here. And if he can do that to him, he could definitely do that to other races as well. Stay woke. Be careful. Know your rights. Make sure you stay within the laws and the guidelines of things that they say you can and cannot do. Don't be out here committing crimes, because that's who they're targeting now. You're out here committing crimes, you're probably going to be one of the ones that they ship up out of here. Where are you going to go? We don't know. Imagine being shipped somewhere where your family don't even know where you're going. How do you tell the justice system, well, my loved one's been shipped such and such place, or I don't even know where they are? They could be somewhere being put in some type of camp, work camp, or whatever the case may be. You guys see how they do those prisoners over there? You see how they did the guy when they sent him to El Salvador, immediately shaved his head to where he looked like the other prisoners, making them walk with their heads down, damn near on their knees. They slave them out, make them work. It could be your son, my son, your daughter, my daughter. I don't have a daughter, but, you know, stay woke. Let's move on. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry. I got thick cut bacon in my tea. And I brushed. Oh, my God. Okay. Let's move on. I hate that, too. So we've already talked about the Diddy trial. I don't want to go back into that. Okay, yeah. Now, as you guys know, Suge Knight is currently serving prison time for unaliving someone with his car. He hit somebody with his car, unalived him. So he is now serving prison time for that, in addition to other crimes that he's committed as well. Since then, he's been speaking out, and he reveals a bombshell claim, is what they're saying here, about Tupac's 1996 unaliving. He including that alleged connections of rapper's mother and Diddy. Okay, check this out. He says Suge Knight interviewed with People magazine from prison to discuss the 1996 unaliving of Tupac Shakur, claiming that his mother assisted him in his unaliving and friends and smoked his cremated ashes. I don't know if I believe that. Do y'all believe that? Do y'all believe that? I don't believe it. Suge been saying a lot of stuff here lately. Suge's been saying a lot of stuff here lately, but what he's not, now what I do believe, let me say this. What I do believe in what he was saying is that maybe Diddy may have something to do with Tupac's unaliving. That part I believe, okay? But some other things he's been kind of saying was a little questionable. I don't know. I mean, was I there? No, but it just sounds a little, I don't know. It sounds like Suge just want to be talking and doing interviews and some of the stuff that he say. But when it comes to him saying that he feels that Diddy has something to do with Tupac not being here or maybe ordering said hit, I mean, he's not the only person that said it. Homeboy who's locked up for Tupac's unaliving actually said that Diddy actually tried to pay him money to take Tupac out. So that I believe, okay, that part I believe. But in terms of what Suge Knight is saying in his People interview from prison, of course, he's talking about the 1996 unaliving of Tupac, claiming that his mother assisted him in his death and friends smoked his cremated ashes. They're saying it's supposed to be some type of street, what's the word I want to say? Street reverence. Let's say it that way. Okay. It's some type of street reverence where they honor the person, said person who was slain by smoking their ashes. I don't know if I would ever want to do no shit like that. I ain't never that street, but go off. All right. Y'all can take into that what you want. I'm just sharing the news. Okay. Let's continue. Oh, I do want to read up more on it because I forgot I pulled 2 articles. It had a little bit more to talk because I don't want y'all like, huh? I don't want to breeze over and y'all be like, huh? Let's give y'all a little bit more clarity. All right. So shout out to Hollywood Unlocked, okay, where it said Tupac, or not Tupac, but Suge Knight claims that Tupac's friend smoked his ashes after private memorial. They said it's symbolic, like a hood type thing, okay? So let's read what it's saying so you guys can get better clarity. Suge Knight is speaking out from prison with a shocking claim, said that Tupac Shakur's ashes were smoked by his closest friends after a private memorial service held by his mother, Afeni Shakur. Shout out to her. Rest in peace to her. Now, the former Death Row Records boss made a revelation in a phone interview with People magazine, recalling what he witnessed following the rapper's unaliving in 1996. Now, Knight explains that Tupac was cremated immediately after his death in September 13th of 1996, following a drive-by powwowing in Las Vegas. As we all know, we remember the infamous picture where he was sitting in the car with Suge Knight, where they were looking into the camera. All right, weird. All right, so Knight explains that Tupac was cremated. Oh, I already read that. Hold on. Now, according to Suge, a private memorial was arranged by Tupac's mother, where loved ones gathered to grieve and honor him in a way that stunned many. It said that his homies rolled him up, which y'all know what that is. Okay. They smoked him, according to Suge Knight, said that you got to understand that that's what made sense. It was symbolic. It's like you keep a part of him. Okay. Now they said the Knight claimed that he was on probation at the time and didn't join in, but confirmed the ashes were passed around the room during the gathering. Said that he also said that he paid $1 million in cash to have Tupac cremated quickly and privately. Do you guys believe that? I don't know if I would want to participate in no shit like that. I ain't never that hood, you know. I ain't never that hood, but yikes. Okay. Weird, awkward, all of the above. All right, so let's get into more hood news, and then we got to move on. More hood news, child. Got those hood news. Y'all know we talk about everything over here, so we got to feed the streets. We got to feed everybody. Everybody's sitting at the table. Some people might not like broccoli, so we're going to talk about some broccoli. Some people like steaks. Some people don't like beef. We got to talk about all of it, all right? We got a little mashed potatoes and all that, okay? Then you go get a little slice of cake and everything at the end. So our trial for the alleged mastermind behind Young Dolph's unaliving is delayed until August, okay? Let's talk about it. Rest in peace to the Dolphin. All right, rest in peace, Young Dolph. All right, so trial for alleged mastermind behind Young Dolph's unaliving delayed till August. Nearly 3 years after rapper Young Dolph was powwowed down in Memphis, Tennessee, the man authorities say orchestrated the hit still hasn't faced trial. Now, Hernandez Govan, charged with first-degree unaliving and conspiracy, was set to stand trial, okay, on July 28th. It said that the date is now being used for a report hearing with the trial pushed to August 18th of 2025, okay? Now, there says no reason for the postponement has been officially disclosed. Govan declined to plead to a plea deal back in December of 2024 and opted to take the case to trial. Now, 3 others have been convicted already. Justin Straight Drop Johnson, y'all guys remember that, receiving life plus 50 years for first-degree unaliving and other charges. Jamarcus Johnson was sentenced to 6 years of diversion program after pleading guilty to being an accessory. Cornelius Smith, who admitted to his role and testified against Johnson, claimed that they were promised $40,000 each, but only received $800, which... He also alleged Yo Gotti's CMG label paid for his legal defense, okay? And it's also said that they may have been behind this hit as well, which is this is why I told y'all Yo Gotti and Angela Simmons, that situation, I feel like she should have been got rid of him because she was with him during this whole situation with Young Dolph. I said, girl, you playing a dangerous game because what's to say they wouldn't try to get at Yo Gotti and you with him, y'all on vacation, y'all all over the place. Like she was everywhere with him. So this situation is still heightened because a lot of people are still mad at the unaliving of Young Dolph. I listen to his music as well, okay? it was a sad situation. He left children behind. Okay, he was a businessman in addition to him being a rapper, and very smart person too. He was very smart business. But a lot of people would not know that. If you don't read up on Young Dolph and know the history of Young Dolph, he was not just a guy who got up here. Dang. He was very smart, and very smart with his money. All right, so rest in peace to Young Dolph, man. I'm sad about that still. All right, but I'm glad that somebody's going to be held accountable. Everybody involved actually held accountable for that. All right, so you guys remember yesterday I played you the video of Tia Kemp going off on Chrisean Rock. Chrisean Rock coming back saying that she is not the one, or she's not the person who texted Tia Kemp or called her on the phone to start all this, that Tia was just making up lies for clout and clicks and views or whatever. Akbar V has jumped into the situation and offers Chrisean Rock some advice after the recent back and forth with Tia Kemp. Now I gotta go back. Let me go ahead and say I gotta go back and edit that video. Because baby, it was a lot in there. It was a lot. All right, so I got to go back and edit that video because it's too much. YouTube is like, bitch, that's too much. Okay, I wanted you guys to get the raw uncut version, but obviously the raw uncut version was kind of a lot. So I'm gonna go back and edit that so we can clean it up just slightly. Okay, because baby, y'all know Tia Kemp's mouth is all of that. But it was very funny. Let's get into what Akbar V had to say. I really wish she would go and take care of her newborn. Didn't you just have a baby? Why are you getting in the middle of Tia Kemp and Chrisean Rock situation? I don't know. Nobody asked you to be the mediator. Don't you have other kids that you don't take care of as well? Not to put your business out there, but it's just weird to me that you have time to hop on social media to speak on people you don't know when you should be taking care of your children who you do know. But let's get into this.
Chrisean, I'm gonna say this out of love, Alyssa. And you know, this ain't no clout, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm Akbar V. You know what I mean? I don't got a clout chase in there like that, but I'm gonna say something to you. When people comment on you, they comment on your baby, I know it aggravates you. I know you be in defense mode. You see what I'm saying? Because you got everybody that don't really know you. They don't know your situation. They don't know really too much about you, but they come in it. So let me tell you what you first do. First, you take all your being off the internet. Then they won't have nothing to say. Second, it's this saying they call, if you knew better, you'll do better. Right? So a lot of people was feeling sorry for you. They was giving you grace, and then you kept doing the same old thing. So and I know this because I was reading the comments. You know, we all read the comments. We all be in the comments. So they was giving you grace, then they started saying like, nah, this ain't about that now. It's overwhelming now because it's just the same old thing. Chrisean, I'm gonna say this out of love, Alyssa. You see what I'm saying? I can't judge you. I'm gonna give you a little example about me. Okay, so I was in the streets back then. I was having kids by thinking they love me, they didn't love me, right? So I ended up giving my kids to my auntie and their grandmamas. My kids never been in no CPS, none of that, right? I don't know where people get that little line from, but it used to irk me. You know why it used to irk me? Because I know in my heart I wasn't doing right by my children. So about 5 years ago, I went and got my kids. You know why I got my kids? Not to prove no point to nobody. I got my kids because I needed to get my children. It was time for me to grow up. When I got the money, it's like, okay, you really got your money. You really got this going on. You're going to have to step out on faith and believe God if you say you believe God. I went and got my damn children. And get what? God ain't let me down ever since. So I say that to say this. Sometimes when people say things to you, it irks you and it hurts you because you know it's true. Not saying this in your case. You see what I mean? At the end of the day, love on your baby, man. That's your baby. It's a saying called mama's baby, daddy's man. You see what I'm saying? I can't judge you. I'm going to love your baby. Love on your baby. I get it. And if you feel like, oh, everybody keep talking about your baby, then take your baby off the internet. Take your lifestyle out of the internet. Because these folk gonna talk about you. They talk about Jesus Christ. I've been having my kid 5 going on 6 years. These folks still talk about me and don't got my children. Knowing they see my children. So I say that to say this. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, you capitalize off of it. Now with Tia's situation, I do feel like Auntie wanted to, if it was out of love, Auntie would have DM'd you. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people want to hear Auntie's voice. They want to hear the real. You know what I mean? Because Auntie do give out real game. But at the end of the day, I understand what you're saying too. Like, it's like, if she really cared and stuff like that, she'll DM you all this stuff. You know, but you got to understand you and...
What's up? What's up? Stop playing on my phone. You told me you got my number. That's all I needed was a threat. And Calissa, I flatline your. I got Cheerio.
The public doing it.
So we gonna play it out because I already got to go and edit the other video. So y'all get it. You watched the video yesterday, you already know it was that, okay? But yeah, Akbar, thank you. Right message, wrong messenger is what it's giving. If you're not trying to clout ride off this situation, you shouldn't have even spoken on it. Like I said, you just had another baby by a man that you were supposed to be married to who's not there anymore. Y'all literally just got married. You announced y'all got married and you're not married anymore. You just announced that you had a baby shower or something I just saw on the line online the other day. And you literally not too long ago just went and got your kids after. Now, I do applaud you for giving your kids to a family member versus doing something bad to the kids or letting the system get them. That part I applaud you for, realizing that you had a problem and you weren't ready yet, which you should have known that you were ready to be a mother 5 times old, because I think she got about 4 or 5 kids. I think that as a mother, you should know when you're ready to have kids, and kids should make you want to calm your lifestyle down so that you can be that present party for your children. Okay. I used to go out clubbing when I became a mother. Not so much. Do I still go and have a good time and do things that I enjoy doing? Yeah, I do. But me being a mother comes first. I think about said things first. I can't hang with all the homies, and not think about my child and his needs. That comes first. So when you become a parent, you have to, it's called sacrifice. That's why I call it sacrifice. You got to sacrifice. You weren't ready to sacrifice for your kids. And now you want to sit up here and try to give somebody advice again. Thank you for making the great decision to give them to a family member who was fully capable of taking care of them, but it should have come from you. Okay. A lot of people, they tore your ass up about your kids. That I remember. And you were going back and forth just like Chrisean Rock, Akbar V. You were going back and forth with people just like Chrisean is going back and forth with people about her child. Chrisean knew she was wrong. Chrisean knows she was wrong to sit up in the club. I got the pictures. And drinking and smoking and everything she wanted to do while she was pregnant. I don't want somebody to call me a liar. Because one thing I always have is a receipt. Let me show you the pictures right up now. I hope somebody say, Caramel, that never happened. Okay. I might not say nothing at the time, but I'll be sitting on it, okay? About to show you right now. This girl in the club. Drinking, smoking, all of the above. Let me show it. Well, I'm lit with receipts, baby. I'm the receipt queen. Receipt queen. All right, hold on. Let me upload it. And coming at you in a minute. In the club drinking while she is carrying little Junior. But you don't want nobody to say nothing to you. Who is that? Who is that? That looks like you, Chrisean. Let's see. Got another picture. This is her. She's pregnant in this picture too. 2 pictures. No, you can't see the belly, but trust me when I tell you, I have no reason to lie. You were pregnant. You were in the club with a drink. There are other pictures out there with you with a blunt in your hand, smoking trees while you carrying. That's a baby in there. And if it's not, that's a whole lot of gas. If that's not a baby, that's a whole lot of gas. Okay. Chrisean Jr. was in your stomach while you at the club sipping on that scissor. Okay. All right, so yeah, let's take it down. Say no more, child. Moving right along. All right. All right, so let's get into what we're talking about, Chrisean. Let's get into Kalissa, which is Blueface's mother, has something to say about Chrisean. All right, so Kalissa reacts to Tia Kemp mentioning her during her Chrisean Rock rant. All right, y'all know Tia Kemp tore Chrisean's damn edges out yesterday, honey, on the internet, baby. And I got my complete life. I'm still laughing. All right. She says, I am not her mother-in-law. How did I catch a stray? She's like, leave me out of this. You gonna tear her bangs out? Tear her bangs out. Tear all her baby hair out. Leave me out of this. Okay. All right. So Clarissa, honey, says, or Kalissa says that I am not her mother-in-law. How the I catch a stray? Said that we don't have nothing to do with her carry on now. Finish tearing her bangs out, but don't be mentioning me. I don't give a hot boiling damn. Keep me out of it. I don't fool with Chrisean. If you want to tell her head, if you want to tell her edges off and rip her ponytail out, who am I to be in the middle? Y'all remember?
You hope.
Yeah, we ain't gonna play it again because I already got to edit. Okay, so yeah, that's what Blueface Mama had to say. Like, look, you go at it as much as you want with Chrisean, but leave me out of it. I ain't have nothing to do with it. I don't want no strays. Take that energy and put it all towards Chrisean. Okay, she did not want any of that smoke from Tia Kemp, and I don't blame you because Tia would definitely tear your damn head off over there. So shout out to Clarissa, honey, for stepping forward and saying, take that over there. All right. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta move that. Let's switch you. I'm trying to keep everything together. I like to be organized, y'all. So pardon me, okay? All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and announce this. All right, so shout out to former housewife, Real Housewives of Atlanta, housewife Sonia Richards. She has welcomed a new baby. For those of you that care, we're gonna hit it and quit it on this topic because I only care a little bit, okay? All these damn pop-ups, my God. All right, so this is her. She had another boy, okay? Y'all know who Sonia Richards is, honey. Sonia Richards Ross welcomes baby number 3 with her husband, Aaron Ross. She had a baby boy, okay? Baby boy says that the newly minted mother of 3 now is already a mom to 2 sons, Asani and Aaron, okay? So she just had another baby. Her new baby is here. She said he's here. So shout out to her, okay? Shout out to her for the new baby. We love new babies, right? She is a wife, honey. You have as many babies you want. Okay, be fruitful and multiply. So shout out to her for, I think she was wanting to have a girl this time. She kept saying she was hoping for a girl, but God blessed her with another boy, honey. Maybe that's all she can make is boys. Maybe get on top. What they say, if you're on top, then sometimes you can go ahead and make that girl. Oh, I got those vitamins too, y'all. I got those downstairs too, y'all. Okay. Yeah, I got vitamins galore. I just happened to see that when I scrolled over and looked. All right. Nature's Bounty make very good gummy vitamins. So if y'all are taking Nature's Bounty gummies, yes, God, honey. Okay. But also shout out to her for the new baby. Okay. She's not showing the face, as all celebrities don't like to do, but nevertheless, she make cute kids. So shout out to her and congratulations. All right. All right. So Tisha Scott, honey. Tisha Scott got into a little scuffle in the comments after the people's up and read her down, girl, about the new trailer for Love and Marriage of the Huntsville out here, okay? Hold on. Oh, did she take it down? Lucky for you taking it down because your girl still got the screenshot. All right, so let's go. So as you guys know, I've already shared it. I was probably the first to share because I recorded it from my TV screen. All right, I let it play on my TV and recorded it on my phone, uploaded that bitch. Yes, I did. So I ain't seen nobody else report it. Of course, it came out a day after I put it out. Okay, but anywho and anyway, it's called exclusive information, girl. So yeah, so this is the clip that they were showing, and no, I'm not promoting. All right, y'all remember that what I showed was going to be happening on the new season of Love and Marriage. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to play it because I don't want them to feel like I'm promoting. Okay, I've already played it before. Y'all don't get another piece of shine from me on that. But let's go ahead and show. All right, let's stop showing because y'all already know what the clip is. I ain't even gonna show it because I don't know about camera. You promoting the show? Fuck no, I don't need to. But what we can do is go ahead and show these damn receipts. All right, what Tisha May was arguing with somebody in the comments when they called her out about this clip. Okay, shout out to Reality Entertainment TV. All right, so it says that a new season of Tisha and them, what is it? MD Lots and Dirt or something like that. MD Lots or whatever. So Tisha, let me take the banner down because y'all can't see it. Okay. So this person says a new season of, it's them promoting MD Lots and no houses or whatever is what they were saying to Tisha. Right, it is content. So this person is saying, and they added Tisha and Marceau, at Marceau and Tisha still looking at empty lots, laughing my ass off. So Tisha comes back in the comments and claps back at that person that said it to them. And we own the dirt. I mean, okay. Do you own it now? Because they said that y'all, that y'all owe, some money because y'all had a lien or something on the shit. I don't know. But yeah, so Tisha is clapping back in the comments at people that have to say something about she and Marceau coming another season on Love and Marriage Huntsville and still don't have anything to show for it after steady saying that they're building and they're doing this and they're doing that. And they really haven't shown anything. But now Tisha is starting, because y'all know Tisha don't ever clap back in the comments. I don't know where she get the backbone. I don't know. But she clapped back. Tisha never claps back. People have been lighting her up since the show began. But she saw this shit here, and Tisha clapped back, and they added her. Y'all see that? I said, oh, okay, hold up. Do I got another piece? Yeah, she clapped back, baby. I said, oh, Tisha. They said still Tisha Marceau still looking at empty lots, laughing my ass off. She said, we own it. Then they're telling her, somebody clapping back at her saying, not you tagging Tisha and Marceau, okay? And then they said, and not the people responding, because people are shocked, like, Tisha responded? Really? Tisha never responds to anyone, but in this particular moment when they added her, she did respond to them showing up again on Love and Marriage Huntsville, another season with nothing built on an empty lot. So she said they own the dirt, child. So I guess if owning dirt is important to you, I guess. I mean, shit. I guess, child. I ain't never talking about, I own some dirt. Okay, girl. Go off. All right. Let's continue, though. Y'all ain't showing that clip again. F that. Y'all don't get it out of me no more. I already showed it one more time. Y'all want to see the clip, honey, go on to the other video. Nope. All right, so moving right along. Let's get into some Real Housewives of Atlanta news. All right. Because some of y'all be getting on my nerves in the chat, and I just be like, listen, okay. I really don't feel like arguing with y'all today, or really no day. I don't really feel like arguing with nobody no day, because some of y'all be doing the absolute fucking most over small stuff, and I don't be caring like that. I promise you I don't. Y'all be want to talk about stuff that I care less about. But especially when it comes to Love and Marriage Huntsville bullshit, I don't be caring about that. I get on here and talk about it because it's content, but after that, I don't care. I really don't. So save the book reports in the comments. Save the the speeches and all that shit. The long drawn out comments, because most of the time I'll delete that shit if I read the first couple words and it sounds like some bullshit. I don't even read all that. So if you sit back thinking, I read Caramel, you kind of didn't, because Caramel didn't read the shit. I just deleted that shit because I'd be like, not today, Satan. Okay, because I clap back in comments too. I have done that, so I don't want to be the one to tear your wig off in the comments, because I will if I feel like it that day. If you catch me on the day when I be like, fuck it, all right, and go and eat your ass up in the comments. But yeah, you don't have to send a book report to me about some shit I don't care about, like Love and Marriage Huntsville. That shit, I just talk about it because it's content. I promise you. So you don't wrote all that shit out for nothing when you could have been moving on with your life and being productive. But you chose to come on my channel and write a damn comment that was long as the damn Fifth Amendment in that bitch, thinking that I'm sitting back reading it and mad when I done deleted that shit and moved on with my life doing something else that I felt was more important. Moving on. And I'll clap on that. All right. So a man accusing Phaedra Parks of orchestrating Charles Oakley cheating scandal. I'm tired of talking about this too, but it's content. Alleged that Charles was cheating on his wife, Angela, okay, who then blackmailed him into changing his story and blaming Phaedra. Y'all hear this? I'm so sick of this shit, but let's get into it, y'all.
Bullshit.
All right. So
I ain't got time for this. I'm too old for this.
There's somebody in this circle of y'all that is not happy with Angela.
And who is that?
Oh, say it.
Phaedra.
Phaedra, how could you do something like that?
Phaedra didn't do it.
What are you talking about?
Before you accuse anybody.
Phaedra is the godfather in Atlanta.
The godfather of what?
My mother taught me to keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Well, ain't you the enemy? The hell? Sitting up here looking like Zsa Zsa Gabor with that shit on.
She controls Atlanta.
How? What the hell's that have to do with her?
Yeah.
I'm nervous to speak
how much
my
are you
truth.
paid?
Of course, blame me. I'm an easy target, but girl, I absolutely have no reason to put anybody up to this nonsense. I've I've already had my marriage destroyed on national TV, so it's no way in hell I would.
Your marriage destroyed before all that, but go off. And that says that Phaedra get accused of being being the one to tell Marcus about Angela and her husband Charles. But even though she sat there like, what's going on here? Y'all remember Phaedra?
For anyone. One's marriage.
The tea was dropped to me at Phipps Plaza the Monday before the event.
I've never met me. You are crazy.
Go ahead. Phaedra, why you butting in when he's trying to tell the truth? Pay attention to people who, when you're trying to tell the truth about something, always butting in to keep you from saying what you got to say. Phaedra, shut up.
You dropped it off to
Drop
me.
what off to
The
you?
envelope
What envelope?
with the info.
What info?
Not I know it. Phaedra ain't left no receipt like that, a whole envelope.
Only thing I've heard Phaedra say about Charles, he likes to have a good time. So I don't see why she would have it out for Angela. She just got here. She went on one trip, and now she has been framed.
Phaedra is an attorney, so you think she would be this stupid to have a trail of documents in an envelope? Come on. So she reached out to you?
We have a connect.
I mean, I can't even find my mouth to put the popcorn in it because I'm so engaged and involved in this movie.
Tell me who the connect is. Say the name that you guys know.
His name is Jumbo.
Bro, did you
run for anyone
like this? Oh, you're just acting it. Got it. Tubi.
Who is Jumbo? Jumbo. That's the addest name if I ever heard one. Who the hell is Junebug? You know what? This is all a scheme that Ty came with.
Well, it could have been a scheme that Todd set up for him to come to you with the bullshit.
Todd, I don't know where you at, but you did this.
I promise that's the truth. I don't want to hear the truth. I'm done with that. I'm out of here.
Well, that could be any of our cousins. Everybody got a June bug around here somewhere.
Like this?
There's this rumor that.
So we already know about that. So Angela confirmed that it was Phaedra who hired Marcus, as we've talked about many times, and I don't want to talk about anymore. All right. This is it. Are they doing this again? Great interview with Angela and Carlos. Anyway, so what do y'all think about this? This guy is saying that Phaedra came and with some person named Junebug or some person in between and gave him an envelope, which was he was paid or something like that to put out some information on Angela. So it's weird that Phaedra is getting caught up in the same type of scheme that she was set up in or caught up in before when her ass was on the show. She is doing the same bullshit allegedly. Okay, so I don't know what y'all think.
I think so.
Okay, I ain't reading that shit. But what y'all think, you can put in the comments because we've addressed this. I was just spinning the block. All right, moving on. All right, some more Real Housewives of Atlanta news because I try to keep it all together so I won't be skipping around, child. I like to be in order. Let's get into it. Now, in this clip, Candy talks to Ming Lee, all right, about the Drew Sidora and Ty Young situation, as well as Ralph says that in posting the alleged text messages between Drew and Ty. Y'all remember that? We covered that where Drew and Ty was sending flirty messages, as well as like kissy, hugged up type, booed up type pictures that were also released. Let's get into what Ming Lee has to say because Ming actually dated Ty. So if anybody know Ty, she do. All right.
We had a little Basketball Wives, Housewives crossover.
Did we?
Because she was part of the season. We did.
Did we?
And I don't want to get myself into trouble over here.
Yes, you do. Yes, she does.
Shout out to
she
Drew.
wants to be in trouble.
She was just here actually at Candy Factory rehearsing her concert. She has concerts coming. Y'all buy a ticket to her show. But my girl Drew, well, you know, Drew and I, we done had a rocky road, I guess, over the last couple of years, but we're in a good space right now. I'm not saying that you said anything. Well, I don't know really what all you said.
I ain't said nothing. She has so much to say in all her interviews about me. I've said nothing but the truth.
Which is?
We broke up because y'all couldn't stop communicating. And that's honest.
So Ming is saying she and Ty Young broke up because Drew was coming in the middle of their relationship. So Drew was kind of like the side chick to the side chick, okay? Drew was the side chick to Ming Lee and Ty Young's relationship, which is what made them break up, okay, while she was in a whole marriage. Go figure.
We had a little Basketball Wives, Housewives crossover. Because Ty and Drew didn't stop communicating. Well, I mean, I guess it's really no secret now, because then after that, Ralph started posting text messages. So.
Right. I was like, I let you slide with the Carlos King interview. So I was like, okay. You know what I mean? But then you went on all these other interviews talking about, so it's no proof, it's no this, it's no that. I'm like, girl, you know I'm the queen of receipts?
I think people know you the queen of receipts.
Oh, I'm the queen of receipts.
Excuse me, that would be me. Ming, get it right, all right? Nah.
But you know what? It's Pride Month. I'm not going to out nobody during Pride Month. So I was just like, but then...
I'm not going to out nobody.
I'm not, but her husband, he had no problem.
Okay. What does Ming think of the text messages that surfaced between her ex and Drew? Well, you kind of touched on it.
They're not. That's
because Ty and
not made up. It's not AI.
Oh, did somebody say they were AI?
No, I'm just saying, like, they're not fake.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Like, I would have to do like a whole sit down to
tell how you feel. This episode, we only got 14 minutes left.
Because it's like a very layered and it's like a whole lot more context that needs to be given. So I just think, like, I hope Drew lives in her truth, and I wish her nothing but the best. Not made up. It's not.
Yeah, I remember the infamous pictures, child. We shared them, but this is Ralph, honey, spinning the block and letting the people know that Drew was a whole goddamn liar. She was seeing Ty Young on a more personal level, rather. Okay, they was doing some sneaky. I ain't got no homegirls that I'm doing none of this shit with. Matter of fact, I ain't on no girl like that. Let me just go and put that shit out there. Nothing against nobody that want to be. If that's your thing, that's your steez, honey, go off. But for me, I mean, nah. But Drew, you was a whole married woman. This is highly inappropriate. And Ralph was saying, hey, you were doing a little bit too much with Ty, and he produced the pictures, and I agree. And I don't never agree with Ralph. Okay, we saw these. We saw these pictures. What you laid back in the seat. What you even in her car for? Let's start there. Okay, what you in the car with her for? All right, yeah. Inappropriate. Like y'all done went and got some groceries because you're going to be inside for a little bit while she was carpet munching on you. That's what it gave, girl. Yeah, here's some more stuff conversations between she and Ty. You guys can hurry on over there to Reality Entertainment TV and pull it up and read it at your leisure, because we covered this already. Okay, these were highly, highly inappropriate for a woman who was supposed to be married for almost 10 years, girl. That's a lot, Drew. That's a lot. So can't nobody tell me that you didn't let Ty Young treat you like silk, honey, and lick you up and down. I'm sorry. Okay, and you probably didn't say stop. And yeah, let me stop. Yeah, so y'all get the picture, okay? Because she keeps denying, yeah, no, we were just friends, girl. No, that's more than friends, okay? That's more than friends, girl. You probably had no drawers on when you was in that car with her right there either. You probably had no damn drawers on when you was riding and putting in the car with her. Probably didn't. Probably left them hoes at the house. All right, so let's move on, okay? Still on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Britt Eady responds to Jesse Wu regarding comments about Shamia's daughter, and Claudia Jordan says that Britt questioned if Shamia's daughter was really sick, but production didn't air it. Now, that's a low blow, Britt, for you. Now, I'm glad your ass got fired. I'm glad NBC Universal and Bravo and Andy Cohen fired your ass from the show, because you were doing the fucking most. Not for you. If you're mad at Shamia, keep it on Shamia. And argue with her, say whatever you need to say to her. But to say her daughter is not sick, clearly everyone can see that her daughter is sick. Clearly, we know that her daughter's been in the hospital. Clearly, we know that she's been dealing with this for quite some time about her daughter being sick. If she wants to talk about her daughter on the show as her storyline, that's her prerogative. She gave more than you did. Let's get into this, child.
Regardless of what's being said, don't bring up my child in general.
I do hate when someone's insulting you and you say, you coming for my child. I think that's like a easy way to like get out of something. But I will tell you this. Shamia did tell me that Britt did say something questioning whether or not her daughter was actually really sick. So I don't think they showed it in the show, but I think that's what happened. I know we can't break the fourth wall on the show. Like we can only, they can comment with the show, but that's what she said. We didn't see that, but we saw her allude to something like, well, was she really that sick if you were out here doing shots? She was trying to give her an insult. She was trying to insult Shamia as a mom is how I took it. So, and sometimes that happens, right? Where someone says something even more foul and it doesn't quite make the edit. And then your reaction looks bigger, like, damn, why was she so mad? It wasn't that bad, but it really was that bad in person. But that's what I had heard that Britt did. It questioned whether or not her daughter was really sick or had issues. So that's my inside that I can. I know it's not that much tea. It's not.
So yeah, again, if you argue with her, and I said it before, no words are really, off the table when you're arguing with somebody. But Britt, I feel like you use that as your punchline, as a means to get back at Shamia, because you saw how vulnerable she was on the show when she cried about her daughter being sick. That's what I got from that. I feel like you use that to get a reaction out of her. And has she gone across your head? And no, I'm not supporting violence in this situation, but some people kind of do fly off on your ass when you mention their child. Her daughter is very sickly. Like she literally almost lost her daughter by way of surrogacy, by her daughter being sick and complications and everything going on. So for you to bring that up, if you have a problem with Shamia, if you want to talk about Shamia out here cheating on her husband, talk about that if y'all are fighting. But don't be sitting up saying, I feel like she lied about her daughter being sick, when clearly you can look at her daughter and see that she's sick. Like, so Britt Edie says, Shamia doesn't get to call me a whore all season long, implied that I'm an addict, because she wasn't the only one that said that you were pill popping. Okay, Kelly said it as well. Says, bully me in every media outlet, come for my marriage, and try to get the public to hate me because she is a lawyer. Said that what no one sees is Shamia uses that storyline to gain sympathy from the fans. Says that when she weaponized her child condition and knows that no one can say anything, but you did. Says, but no one talks about the made-up stories that she has put out on the media or in the media, dragging my name every chance she gets. F her. I guess she went out with a bang, didn't she? Damn. All right, so this person up top says, Jesse Wu, of course, says that I don't understand why Britt felt the need to bring up Shamia's daughter at all, insinuating that Shamia was lying about her daughter's illness. Says that Shamia has amazing self-control because, baby, meaning I would have, okay, or one of these, that's my shit. Yeah, she probably would have went up on you and grabbed you and ragtagged your ass for saying something like that about her child. Like, girl, do this. That's called fall back. All right, fall back and cut it out. That's why your ass fired now, because you want no good shit. Okay, prayers to Shamia and her baby. All right, because that's sad. The girl really broke down on national television about her baby. You can tell she loved her child, whether she carried it or surrogacy. Baby, she loved her child. Her daughter is sick. Okay, and I feel like that should have been off limits. And I feel like that was a very low blow for you, Britt. But like I said, when you're arguing, there are no words that are left off the table, because the goal is to sting the other person that's trying to sting you, right? So it's I see it both ways. All right, because when I get mad, I don't care what come out of my mouth. I done told you, if your grandma leg fell off, I'm gonna talk about that leg. Okay, if you got gout in your motherfucking eye, I'm gonna talk about that eye. I'm just saying, I know you can't even get gout in your eye, but I'm gonna talk about that eye with gout, cataracts, Cadillacs, all that shit. I'm going there. I'm gonna roast and toast and barbecue your ass. That's how I get. When you piss me off and I come for you, baby, there's no words left off the table. None. You're gonna have to go straight to the emergency room, honey, to get what they call an EKG, baby, to make sure you still here with us when I finish with your ass. That's how it be. Yeah, you're gonna need an EKG, let them put all them stickers on your ass, honey, and run that machine to make sure you still alive and breathing when I finish roasting and toasting you. All right, moving on. Yes, God, because baby, when I crank up this chainsaw on your ass, that it is what it is. We're gonna let have on your ass. And that's just how it is, honey, in an argument. There's no fair words. But I have to watch my mouth, because some of the stuff come out of my mouth, baby, I might be down to the police station. That's why I don't like arguing with people, because most of the stuff I say, I mean it. So if I threaten your ass, please believe it, I mean that shit. So that's why I be like, I don't like arguing with people. I just like going to pull up. I don't want to tell you what I'm gonna do when I can just go on and do the shit. And then whatever happened after that, bail money already counted out, bitch. All right, that's how I be. Fuck that corporate shit. All right, moving on. That's how I be. I don't give a damn. If I tell you I'm gonna do some shit, believe me, I'm gonna do it. Believe me, I promise you. That's how I am, y'all. But the Lord is still working on me. All right, and I pray that he don't work too fast because hoes be trying it. Bitch got to reach back and be a little ghetto on a bitch, you know, a little bit, just a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, so Simon, aka Yoda. All right, they are still fighting, child. Him and Porsha are still fighting. Now, Porsha Williams' ex-husband Simon Guobadia avows Real Housewives of Atlanta star won't benefit from wealth that he built. Bitch, not today, is what Simon said. He said, "You're not getting a motherfucking thing over here." She's sitting there like, "Okay, it's the first of the month. Let me go check my account. Ain't shit in there. You know why?" Simon said, "You ain't getting shit." Now, we know he was, yeah, that's Yoda child. We know that the judge told him, baby, you know, on the first of the month, now that 40K is supposed to be in your account already. It's the second, girl. Let me check your account for you. Simon said ain't shit in there. Damn. You gonna get a late fee? Probably not. Yeah. Let's get into it. Okay. Shout out to the girls are fighting because baby, these two girls on my screen are fighting. All right. Yeah. Guobadia, aka not to be confused with Guobadia, who is living in Dubai, even though they dropped his ass off in Nigeria, Nigeria, as they say. Okay, they dropped him off in Nigeria. His ass flew to Dubai. So that's where he is. All right, after being deported from the United States earlier this month, okay, spoke to us after People published an exclusive interview with Williams, which would be Porsha, and weeks after the court sided with the Bravo star by enforcing the prenuptial agreement that they signed before walking down the aisle, girl. All right, now, this isn't the first time that I've had a prenuptial, as Simon would say, okay, he told the people over there on us, said that in the past relationships, the agreements were honored and never challenged, largely, girl, because they were approached with mutual respect and without animosity, okay, something you keep. Now, in contrast, all right, this situation has been marked by an unprecedented level of disrespect and dishonesty, okay? Now, Porsha's actions appear designed to trigger financial provisions in the prenup by manufacturing grounds for divorce, thereby, okay, causing direct harm to my businesses, my name, and my family. Okay, that's what Simon is saying. All right, that's his quote. Girl, Now, Guobadia claims that Porsha initiated the divorce proceedings in a manner that I believe was entirely dishonest. Now, and that happened back in February of 2024. Now, it says that what unfolded was a calculated and elaborate scheme, girl, set up by Todd. I put that part in there. Crafted for a storyline to rejoin the Bravo Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise by targeting and demanding the legacy that I've spent 43 years building in the United States illegally, because you're here illegally. You've overstayed your visa. Okay, yeah, you did. Now, he said that I will continue to challenge the validity of this prenuptial agreement through every legal avenue available, meaning I ain't giving her shit. All right, to me, says especially as long as Porsha continues to seek enforcement, girl. Okay, says let me be clear, I have no desire. This is Simon talking. I have no desire, because that's how he sounds. Whether in life or death, nothing but death can keep me from it. That's what he's saying, girl. From Color Purple, okay. For Porsha or her family to benefit from the wealth that I built through 43 years of hard manual labor, okay, particularly at the expense of my own children, the businessman added. That means you ain't getting, let me check your account again, girl. Yeah, ain't shit in there. Damn. Yeah, he said he's not giving you no money. That's what he said. He said it the long way, but the short way is, bitch, I'm not giving you shit. Yeah, girl, game over. Okay, he turned your TV off. All right, you have no more lives, girl. Y'all remember you used to play the game? God, shit, I got one more life. You on this shit here. This you, Porsha. When it comes to Simon, okay? And that money, that 40K that you, girl, it's the second girl. If it ain't in there yet, girl, go on with your life. That's all I'm saying. Okay, Okay, because Simon said he not gonna be shit, girl. He said, I will continue to challenge the validity of the prenuptia through every legal avenue, street. I don't give a fuck. Back alley, dead end. He don't give a damn. Okay, available to me, especially as long as Porsha continues to seek enforcement. So I don't give a fuck how many times you go to court and try to reinforce that 40K. Check your account, bitch, because ain't shit gonna be in there. All right, moving on. Oh, girl, you must be in your feelings. Let me call you. Porsha, hold on, girl. Let me make a phone call right quick, guys. I'm still here. Let me call Porsha and see how she feel, girl. Let me call Porsha, child. See, girl, because child. Girl, answer my call. Fuck, you know I'm calling you. You on my line. Hello. Porsha, this is Caramel. What's up? Girl, I was just reading where Simon has said that, he's gonna, take every avenue not to pay you, girl. I know it's the second. By chance, did you check your account to see if $40,000 miraculously landed in there, girl? Caramel, why the fuck is you calling me about my money? Girl, listen, first of all, don't get an attitude with me, Porsha, okay? Do not get an attitude with me because I was trying to look out for you in your best interest, okay? I was trying to see if you got the money and whatnot because you've been doing a lot of interviews and you even said that you were so distraught that you almost turned gay because Simon wasn't going to give you that $40,000. I was just calling to see how you feel, girl. How do you feel? Tell the peoples here on the Caramel Real Show because I'm still live. How do you feel about Simon saying he ain't giving you shit, girl? Okay, how do you feel? Hold on. Oh, that was me checking your account because I ain't seen nothing in there again. How do you feel about that, girl? This motherfucker this bitch hung up on me. Oh, I'll revisit this. I know you motherfucking lying. Girl, listen, if I ain't have to go on my show, I would call this bitch back because never has the bitch ever hung up on me. Girl, you lucky I got to move on with my show. This bitch hung up on me. And still ain't shit in there. Now, how about that? How you like that? Now, slam the door on that shit. All right, moving on. Because she done made me mad. Hung up on my ass and I tried to call him check up on your ass. Just be homeless. I don't give a fuck. All right, moving on. All right, so imagine, girl. Imagine somebody sending you a gift, girl, with some dirty drawers in it. Let's get into that. Because, baby, I said, I know you lying. Yeah, the bitch hung up on me, y'all. Did y'all see that? You heard it right. You saw it right here live on my show. Porsha hung up on my ass trying to call and catch up and check up on her ass. Because Yoda said he ain't sending you no damn money. Fuck. All right, so, yeah. Shout out to the Shade Room. Y'all like that, didn't you? Yeah, girl, we know a little about role play and whatnot. Okay. Yeah, so Atlanta woman speaks out after finding dirty underwear at the bottom of her edible arrangement box. I said, bitch, I know better. Who is out here on that kind of time? All right, imagine getting an edible arrangement and some damn drawers in the bottom. Who is on this kind of time, Lord? All right, let's play the video because, baby, when I saw this, I said, what? I've had several edible arrangements, but bitch, I never got to the strawberries and it was somebody dirty ass drawers with streaks and shit up in there. Let's get into this.
Check your panties.
I need to be heard because this is nasty.
Somebody is missing a pair of panties in Atlanta. This woman says while she was munching on her edible arrangements,
I found underwear, dirty underwear, in my edible arrangement.
A surprise at the bottom of her box. Drawers, a size large.
I'm a big girl, so I can't fit those.
Whose underpants are they? Is it the manager on camera who delivered them? Or was there something sinister going on at the store?
Huh? Are you like, no, for real, Miss, are you being for real?
I'm Justin Carter. This is TSR Investigates.
Imagine, girl, imagine getting some edible arrangement and some drawers is up in there. Now, that's just not how we supposed to be acting out here. Now, according to this post right here, now, it says that imagine ordering a fruit bouquet and finding a pair of soiled panties at the bottom of the box. This was some premeditated bullshit right here. It says, well, that's exactly what happened to an Atlanta woman named Diamond Jones, who says that her edible arrangement came with more than just fruit. Girl, some streaky drawers. Now, it says that now she's calling out edible arrangements for what she's calling an unsanitary and nasty experience. I will sue the fuck out of them too. Don't play with my food. It says that what do y'all think? Says it was this a nasty mistake or something more sinister? All right. Let's get into what he said.
Somebody got their t-shirt, but no panties on, apparently. That's what Diamond Jones says after she hit up the Shade Room last week in disgust. She says that she purchased an edible arrangement from the Camp Creek location right outside of Atlanta. It's right near the airport. She says that the first red flag, though, is the manager on duty said that instead of paying the delivery fee, she wanted a $10 Cash App. She got more, too, when she got that delivery. But before we get into it, I want to let you know, this is the Shade Room Investigates 200 episode. I cannot believe it. We have something for you very special at the end of this video, so make sure you stick around to the end, okay? All right, hit it.
So she requested the $10.
We're blurring out the woman's identity, but here's the Cash App request. Time goes by. The manager shows up to her front door with fruit in hand. The delivery is made. She goes on her way.
Hey, thank you. You good? Thanks. So start eating the edible arrangement, and I was going to put it up. And I take it out of the box, and that's when I noticed the box was a little heavy, and something just told me to reach my hand in. I reached my hand in, and it's some dirty straw.
At first glance, Jones believes they are panties. But how? We were confused here at the Shade Room, so she walked us through it.
You opened the box. You did not see the underwear at all. Where were they stashed inside the box?
There's the box. So the edible arrangement sits inside the box. Sits up. So as I'm taking it out, that's when I see it's literally right there. You see it?
I see it.
And it's still there for a reason.
So you think they were put in there to weigh the edible arrangements down?
Yes, because it's an empty box. So something, if you put it on top, it could flip. But it's in there somehow, some way.
The underwear were so soiled that we have to blur it out completely, but you might be able to make out the discoloration in the crotch area where Jones says she saw red and remnants of a translucent liquid.
Even side to side, I'm like, yeah. No, but I didn't dig too much. It was a large. A large. And I'm like, I'm a big girl, so I can't fit those at all.
She called the store immediately, but a different manager answers the phone.
It was some dirty drawers in there. That's why I'm asking.
Baby, when I tell you somebody will be sued, so if anybody live in Atlanta and you going to edible arrangements on Camp Creek, probably abort mission, because that's where said incident occurred. How did dirty drawers get in there? Like, how did some dirty drawers, soiled drawers at that, okay, with remnants of red, whatever it was. If it was a prank, that's still gross because you don't play in somebody's food. Okay, seriously. They need to be sued, and they definitely need to be reported. And I'm glad this has hit the airways so that people will know. Do not patronize that damn business because they own some bullshit. They probably would have playing with your food. They probably done stomped on your damn strawberry and put it in the damn thing for you to eat it. Just nasty. That's why you got to pray over your stuff because people are out here on this bullshit. All right, moving on now. Okay, so as you guys know, Diddy, child, they've already announced Diddy's fate. But Gina, which is the Asian girl who they're saying was paid to not even be nowhere in this trial. Now, I feel like had she testified, this trial probably would have, and that's probably why Diddy paid her to be quiet and not, allegedly, because they say she was paid not to even testify nothing. All right. So had she testified, I feel like her testimony would have been very, very good in terms of putting Diddy away. They probably would have got his ass on RICO and probably a few more other things as well. So somebody caught up with her going to her car from look like a grocery store of some sort. And she's speaking highly of Diddy, but you sat down with Tasha K and you spoke real negatively about him in terms of how violent he was. She was at one point pregnant by Diddy. And she's saying that he made her lose said child by doing the same thing that we saw him doing in the video with Cassie, putting feet and hands upon her. Y'all read into it. Let's get into Gina, Hainu, however you say her name, child. Okay. Soo Young. Let's get her on my screen. Soo Young from Rush Hour. Now she was doing some FOs too. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I done got so mad I ain't even shared a video. I'm still mad and perturbed over Diddy not getting all these damn charges. My bad, y'all. Let me go back. Let me unmad and get remad. Hold on. All right.
Hi, Gina. How you doing?
Now I'm mad.
I have a quick question for you. You think Diddy's gonna win this trial? You don't know? Okay. I've been hearing a lot of stories. Everybody been hearing like maybe you were kidnapped or like something like crazy. Like we just hearing a lot of stuff. Is there anything you can clear up or anything like that?
No, I'm safe. I'm not kidnapped.
Real quick, before you go, this is what I want to know. If Diddy does win this trial, do you think your life will be threatened in any kind of way?
No.
You don't think so? You think everything will be safe? Because the girl Aubrey O'Day, she said that if Diddy wins, she's gonna leave the country.
I mean, he never did anything dangerous to me. I'm not scared.
You're not scared?
She said he never did anything dangerous to me. I'm getting ready to play y'all a clip here in a minute, and so y'all can see how bad she lied. Girl, you done ate too many motherfucking egg rolls, and your ass is in here lying. Take this shit down. Okay. You done had too many egg rolls and sitting your ass in here lying. You telling an egg roll lie in this bitch. Talking about he never did anything dangerous to you. We getting ready to play it.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. That's all I wanted to know. Okay.
Lying still.
Hi, Gina. How you doing?
If he is found guilty on at least.
Now, this is Aubrey O'Day, honey, okay, saying that she is going to be leaving the country if Diddy walks free. Let's play that, okay?
Something. How does that make you feel?
I'd feel best if he was found guilty on everything.
Me too, girl. Me.
And if he walks free?
I don't have that in the range of my possibility thoughts right now. I don't believe that that would happen. If it does, though, I'm gonna buy a ticket to Bali like I did the last time I couldn't do this country anymore.
Okay, I was gonna say, do you fear at all for your safety or what life looks like if he is back out in the world?
I fear for the messaging that we're going to be giving any newcomers in the industry. And by the way, entertainment is the one that's glamorized and that stands out the most, let's say. Yeah. She's the it girl. Politics is a little bit over to standing right on our neck. But we're...
If he is...
All right, so let's read up a little bit. Diddy's ex-girlfriend, Gina, the girl you guys just saw, the Asian girl. Let's go back. Put a picture of her. All right, so was stopped by paparazzi and asked about her opinion on Diddy's trial and if he would be found guilty. Now, while leaving Whole Foods in Las Vegas on Monday, she was asked if she thought that Diddy would win his trial. Said that she shrugged her shoulders, saying, "I don't know." Now, Gina was also asked if her ex did win, would her life be threatened in any way, shape, or form? She answered no. So the cameraman mentioned Aubrey O'Day, okay, from the group Danity Kane, as you guys know. Recent comment about Diddy during her interview with Entertainment Tonight. She joked that if he were to walk free, that she would buy a ticket to Bali and move there. Now, it says that if he were to walk free, says he's coming for everybody, okay? He probably will, because Diddy is very crazy like that. Now, Gina, right here, honey, not Martin's Gina, but her. Gina replied, said that he never did anything dangerous to me. I'm not scared. Said if you recall in 2023, Gina did an interview with Tasha K, shout out to her, where she claimed that Diddy allegedly stomped on her stomach and dragged her by her hair, which we saw him do that to Cassie, during their 5-year relationship. Said that she also alleged that he was mentally, emotionally, and physically abusive towards her. And he would always compare me to Cassie and tell me that I'm the bad one and she's the good one. So that's how Diddy did his women, compare them against each other and make them mad at each other so he could use them and abuse them, girl. All right, so while Gina did not take to the stand against Diddy, because she was paid, allegedly. Her name was brought up by multiple witnesses during the trial, and she was confirmed to be victim number 3 by the prosecutors. Now, additionally, she was labeled as an alleged victim of sex trafficking in the Diddy incident and was. All right. So now I'm going to play for you the video that I dug up of her interview with Tasha K, saying all the things that Diddy did when she just sat here and said that she ain't afraid for her life. Diddy ain't did shit to her. Child, he ain't never hit me. I ain't afraid for my life. I'm not in any danger. But here it go right here. Child, truth be told, because she about to tell it.
And he started like punching me like this. Like he avoided my face, but he like started punching me like on the side of my head, and I was just like covering my face. And he did that, and then after he got done doing that, he like, because he was standing, his legs were like in between me, so he stomped on my stomach like really hard, and I like took the wind out of my breath. I couldn't breathe, and he kept hitting me, and I was like pleading to him, like, can you stop? I can't breathe. And he like stopped for a little bit. He like grabbed my hair from the back and like was like punching the back of my head, because he was just avoiding my face when he was like hitting me. Wow. And he started like punching me like this, like he avoided my face.
So Diddy's never done anything dangerous to you, but what were you just telling Tasha K right here in the interview? He was standing over you. He was punching you, grabbing you by the hair, stomping on your stomach. You were allegedly pregnant, and you said you lost the baby. If that's not dangerous, I don't know what it is, right? If that's not dangerous, I feel like she was paid some money to be quiet because Diddy knows what he did to her. And if she would have got on the stand to talk about all of these things that she told Tasha K. Now, mind you, I think that the prosecutors know, because you don't think the feds be watching. They watch social media. They see these interviews. They know all of this. Their job is to get these said people on the stand to testify to these said things that they're saying in interviews. Now, you sat up and did a whole entire interview with Tasha K and told her all of these egregious things that you dealt with while being with Diddy. Granted, what she is sitting here saying in this interview is very parallel to what Cassie went through in this alleged CNN video that we all saw happen. Did we not see Cassie's hair get pulled? Did we not see her getting punched? Did we not see her getting kicked? Did we not see her getting stomped? That is Diddy's reputation. That is his behavior. If you did it over there, you did it over here. I'm just saying. So she's a liar. She's a liar, and I feel like she was afraid to testify about Diddy or against Diddy, okay? I feel like she was scared to testify against Diddy. I feel like she was paid some money, okay? I feel like she was given some type of immunity as well, all right? That's what I feel, my opinion. Let's move on. I won't stay on too long. Y'all get the picture. Let's get into Carlos Chipmunk King, honey, because then we're getting ready to talk about some Kiki stuff as well. All right, let's get into it. Now, Carlos sits down and he talks about a situation on Bell Collective where you guys know Marie Monroe, and we're going to look at it from her channel, and I know she doesn't mind. Marie Monroe, shout out to her. Carlos sits down with the Breakfast Club and talks about how he kind of spared Marie Monroe's mother, who we all know was having some issues with drugs for a very long time. At one point, Marie couldn't even find her mother. Part of her storyline was taking another cast member to go and look for her mother in a drug house, at which she did not find her. Now, Marie has put her mother in some type of rehab to get her the necessary help that she needs. But Carlos kind of gave her some grace. And a lot of people were saying, well, why didn't you do that for Keke? Knowing that Keke was suffering from some type of, drug-related issues as well. Why is it that you were so pushy when it came to Keke, which, probably contributed to her not being here anymore? The stress, the pressure, the embarrassment, the fact that you did not, hold back on her. Like, Carlos, you got in Keke's ass at the reunion. Like, you really grilled her. I'm going to play it for you guys here in a minute. And it was embarrassing for Keke. We all know why Keke is not here. We all know how she became to not be here. Shout out to her. Today is the anniversary of her death. That is why I'm comparing this to this. Shout out to Keke. She did not deserve what she went through. Okay. It was unfortunate what she was going to be dealing with what she dealt with on this show. She caught a lot of flack, of people hating her Of course, she got fired from the show. That bothered her. For a while, she could not speak. How do I know that? She was supposed to sit down and do an interview with me. I still got a message. I shared it with you guys on another one of my videos. Keke and I had a conversation in the DMs at which Keke agreed to do an interview with me. Very shortly thereafter was when she was told that she was on a silent treatment on the show. She could not speak, and it was around the same time the Texas situation occurred. Y'all know she was not speaking on the internet, in interviews, on social media, nothing. You didn't hear anything from Keke. You were like, where's Keke? Keke was always going live. Keke was always snapping off, but she could not do an interview, which then canned my interview I was supposed to have with her. I showed you guys a post where Keke was saying, oh, Cameron, I love you. You're funny as hell. Me and my mom sit back and watch all your videos and we be laughing our asses off. I would love to do an interview. I love you. Okay? I showed it to you guys. All right. And I still have it to this day. But let's get into what Carlos King had to say in terms of how he gave Marie Monroe's mother some grace when she had her addiction issue versus how he did Keke.
The fine line.
Because it gives that you have some preferential treatment among your castmates here.
Between storytelling and exploitation in reality TV. How do you know when you've crossed it, and do you care?
I do care. I have a show called Bell Collective. A wonderful woman named Marie Monroe has a mother who abuses drugs currently, and has been doing that since Marie was a little girl. It was Marie's decision to have that story be told on the show. We told the story. In one particular episode, Marie was looking for her mother, and she was searching for her through crack houses, and we were following it. And we, of course, wanted the end of the story to be she was getting healed, because that was Marie's intention. The moment I saw that this woman had a problem that didn't look like she was going to be healed, I ceased shooting with her. And I said that at some point will feel like we're exploiting this woman who clearly still has a drug abuse situation that is prominent today. And I did not want to be somebody to use my millions of viewers and audiences to show a Black mother dealing with that for the rest of the show. So I ceased production on that one.
So you ceased production on Marie Monroe's mother, who had an addiction issue, just like Keke did. And you said you did that because you did not want to show a Black woman who is a mother who had an addiction, who was suffering and dealing with something as personal and private as that on your platform to millions of viewers, but you did it to Keke. You pressed her at the interview, even though she told you, I didn't have a drug problem. I was on methadone. I'm fine. You continue to ask this woman, was she on drugs? You would have thought that Carlos was trying to say that Keke was out on the corner, child, like a whole junkie with a crack pipe in her hand, with her children somewhere looking around saying, Mama, where are you? That's how you treated her. You definitely exploited her. Do I feel like, and I'm not trying to do a blame game today, but I do feel like, Carlos, I feel like your production, your producers on the show, and everything surrounded by that, I feel like you probably had something to do with pushing her to maybe her decision of what happened. It was a lot for ratings. Keke's not here anymore at the expense of your show for ratings. Allegedly, and in my opinion. I'm just saying. I'm going to play it one more time. Listen to all the things that he said he stopped filming Marie Monroe's mother for, and you still continue to do the same thing to Keke. Why not pull back and give her the same grace is my question.
Always a fine line between storytelling and exploitation in reality TV. How do you know when you've crossed it, and do you care?
I do care. I have a show called Bell Collective. A wonderful woman named Marie Monroe has a mother who abuses drugs currently, and has been doing that since Marie was a little girl. It was Marie's decision to have that story be told on the show. We told the story. In one particular episode, Marie was looking for her mother, and she was searching for her through crack houses, and we were following it. And we, of course, wanted the end of the story to be she was getting healed, because that was Marie's intention. The moment I saw that this woman had a problem that didn't look like she was going to be healed, I ceased shooting with her. And I said that at some point will feel like we're exploiting this woman who clearly still has a drug abuse situation that is prominent today. And I did not want to be somebody to use my millions of viewers and audiences to show a Black mother dealing with that for the rest of the show. So I ceased production on that one.
There's always a fun.
You had the power to do that on Bell Collective, but not so much on Love and Marriage Huntsville, where probably not millions of viewers because the views were not really that huge over there. Be honest with you, Bell Collective was probably getting more ratings than Love and Marriage Huntsville. But in this situation right here, I feel like you could have pulled the plug on that as well. You had everybody on the cast, including Marceau, Tisha mentioned as well, and kept harping on the situation of Keke being this addict on your show. You guys pushed that. She was trying to steer away from that. And when she tried to speak outside of that to say, hey, there's so much more to me than what you guys are talking about right here, they kept talking about it. They kept pushing the issue, which pushed her to where she went. Keke is a professor, was a professor at a college, who just happened to, according to her, she had surgery and she got hooked on some pills, according to her, allegedly. That's standard. Some people, that happens. That happens. So why bring this person onto your platform and make her out to be the villain? Now, every show does have a villain, but I feel like Carlos pushed her and tried to embarrass the fuck out of her and took sides. Now, you being the producer of this show, you brought her on this show on your platform. If and when Keke went to the place that she went to where she's not here anymore, why not, Carlos? Because you are a millionaire. Why did you not pay for Keke's funeral? I felt like that too was inappropriate. Why did Stormy, who is also a cast member on this fucking show, have to dig down in her pocket with all of the other financial situations that she has going on? Why did she have to go in her pocket and pay for the funeral when you were her boss? It looked better for you to do it. And you sat your ass at the reunion and announced that Stormy paid for the funeral when it should have been you. Do y'all agree with that? Do y'all agree with that? All right, so let me play something for you guys. All right, let me play something for you guys. Just to refresh your memory. Just to refresh your memory, okay? And if I got to edit this out later, so be it. I don't care. I'm going to play it right now. Let's make it big. All right, let's go. Shout out to the reunion.
So, Keke, you did admit to taking methadone.
Yes.
But when you took the test, it tested negative. So if you're taking methadone, wouldn't that make the test positive?
It would. I don't know. Was it methadone on the test? I don't think it was methadone on that test.
Barbiturate rates,
Barbiturate
oxycodone,
rates.
methadone, they all negative.
Methadone was on the test.
I don't know. The only
Did you use somebody else's pee?
No, I didn't even. How would
So
I?
let me be clear. No, she didn't. So, because y'all know I like for stuff to be straight up and down.
Do you
She
want me to
didn't
take one
know.
today?
Yes.
I will.
Excuse?
Right here. Yes. It ain't, first of all, ain't none of your business. Now, when they were talking about you cheating, Marceau, you were real quiet. You were staring at the floor. We couldn't even get you to give eye contact. So now that we over here on Keke, asking Keke about her drug issue, if she had one, we don't know. I wasn't there. Now that we're talking about that, you want to prove so much that she has this drug addiction. You talking more than Carlos, like you the host of the damn show. Now, when they want you and Tisha having infidelities in your marriage, you couldn't say shit. But now here you sit over here with your hand up trying to prove some shit on Keke, but you sure had your ass at their funeral looking crazy.
I'm for that.
Hold on.
I 100% will.
I'm for that.
So she didn't know she was taking a test that day. I walked into the bathroom
Along with
her.
producers.
Correct. I walked into the bathroom with.
Like, for real? Now, just now you was sniggling and grinning. Mel said she walked into the bathroom with Keke to make sure that there was no crazy shit going on, and producers were also there. So there were witnesses there when Keke took this said alleged test, okay?
With her, it was legit. It wasn't nobody else's nothing. Do you take methadone daily or?
I do.
You said you take methadone. The test had methadone in it in terms of recognizing if you take it. It came back negative, but you're on it. So the thing is this.
The test is
It
lying.
seems to be.
Or somebody.
He's saying the test is lying. Now here go Maurice chiming in.
You know what?
Maurice, when they were asking you about your DUI, I can't talk about that. I don't need to talk about that. This is my personal business. It's personal. It's my private life. I don't want to talk about it. But now that they're talking about somebody else's private life, why are you talking?
Hold on, Kiki.
Okay.
Are you on drugs today?
Absolutely not. Methadone, yes. I have taken methadone, yes.
When was the last time you taken any sort of hard drug?
Now, pay attention to how he's wording this. He just asked her, is she on drugs today? Kiki said no. He asked her, are you taking methadone? She said yes. Then he flipped it back and came back and said, are you on any hard drugs? You just asked her, is she on drugs today? She said no. So why are you badgering her on stage to embarrass her, to try to make her say something that you want her to say on stage? Did you do that to Marie's mama? Was Marie's mama even at the fucking reunion? Because she was a part of the cast in that particular season. Marie's mama wasn't up there talking about her drug issue, going back and forth. You didn't grill her, but you did it to Kiki. Why? This showing favoritism in your castmates here. If she said no, why are you badgering her on this stage?
I've never taken any kind of hard drug. I've never taken heroin, cocaine, crack. I've never taken anything like that. The only thing I've ever taken is something that mostly all of us have taken, which is Percocet.
What was the last time you take?
Percocet could be prescribed by a doctor. Can it not be? Can it not be? He's still asking her.
That?
It's been years.
It's been years.
Yeah.
Are you sober right now?
Are you a doctor right now? Are you a doctor right now? Because at the end of the day, her addiction and anything medical is her business, right? You don't have to speak about your personal or any medical situations, any relations to a doctor or anything that you dealt with a doctor on a stage with a person who is not a doctor. Carlos, you're not a physician. It's not your business to ask her any personal thing that's private in terms of that. If she said no, I would have stopped it at that. I would have said to you, I just said no. And I'm not answering any more questions as related to that. But he kept poking.
100% yes.
Because mind you, what they wanted to do was they wanted to make her storyline about her being an addiction and being attacked on this show by everyone else on the cast to support what Carlos and production wanted Keke to appear to be. Not a professor, not a mother, not a wife, not a person who was starting businesses, not anything else positive in terms of what she was doing, but except the fact that they wanted her to be viewed as this junkie on the show to promote Love and Marriage Huntsville in that season.
Were you sober at the barbecue?
Yes. Yes, 100%.
Have you been sober throughout the entire time of filming?
I have. Yes.
100% clean?
100%.
Now, you're asking her over and over, in which makes it look like you think she's lying. It don't matter what answer in this moment she gives, Carlos. I feel like you felt she was lying and you were going to continue to ask her over and over and over until she slip up and say something else so you could be like, ha ha.
Why do you two think Keke is on drugs today?
We've known her for 18 years. And we've heard stories
Hold on,
like
Keke.
Because we've known her for 18 years. I picked Keke up so many times off the road. high.
You are lying.
So many times. I have no reason to lie. And here's the thing about it, Carlos.
You are lying.
Here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about it.
Lying. My husband taking my keys from me and me calling you.
That's
saying,
what you came
come
up
and
with?
pick me up.
That's what you came up with?
Boy, you know that's what happened. Don't sit here and lie.
Stop, stop. You're saying
gonna
that
lie?
your husband took
You
the keys
gonna
from
lie?
me, and you called me, wait, stop.
You gonna
Are you
lie?
trying to tell me that the reason why I picked you up?
My husband didn't take the keys from me, and I said, I'm walking.
You're saying that the reason why I picked you up off the street is because your husband took your keys?
She need help.
And you were walking? That's the reason why?
Whatever you want to make up, Marcel. Why did you pick me up off the street, baby? Humor me.
Here's the thing about it. So I'm getting calls after they went through everybody else just to get to me so I can come pick her up. I leave work on multiple occasions to.
Where did you work? Zen Garden case said you didn't work. Okay.
Come pick her up. This is when her mom wouldn't do it, when her husband wouldn't do it, when her friends wouldn't do it. So we've experienced this.
And Tisha, answer this for me, because obviously this is your blood cousin, who you grew up with. When you guys saw the Crime Stoppers, was that confirmation enough for you to know that your cousin, allegedly, that was her and that she's still on drugs?
I was like,
what are you doing? Are you still doing drugs? Because she was like, I'm done, I stopped. But then when I saw that, I'm like, why are you still in the lock? Like, what's the point
Why
of going
would
and
I
steal
steal
a
a
lock? That's the question I asked.
Wouldn't I be in jail if I stole a
Kiki,
lock?
I don't know. He asked me a question. I'm answering
No,
his
guys,
question.
we're not gonna say why
You
we
was
steal.
on Crime
She's
Stoppers,
still so you
that
can
was
take
you.
it back and get the money to buy drugs.
So Kiki said she was not on Crime Stoppers. Tisha is saying, yeah, that was you. We don't know who it was. If Kiki said it wasn't her, I mean, it is what it is. All right, I don't know.
Like we're not
How
working
in the
to play
hell
this
can you
game.
take a lock back without the money, without the receipt to get the money?
Get a gift card, then sell the gift card for money.
See, he knows, not me.
Yeah.
What does that?
I hear that. She just asked you how I'm supposed to take a lock back and do this. And Marceau, he sat there and explained it out like he did the shit before.
No.
Okay, I want to ask you this. Kiki, I saw the Crime Stoppers. That looks 100% like you.
I never denied that it was
Okay.
me. But
okay.
what I denied was the story that they attached to me. And when this is all gonna come out, I will be 100% vindicated. You can bet my word on that.
How much? I'll take the bet.
We have to go to break. Kiki,
Why is Marceau talking so much?
you know this. I would like.
You don't talk this much, Marceau, when they be asking you about did you cheat and first of all, when they asked you about that woman in the phone, the big booty Judy in the phone, we couldn't get nothing out of Marceau. Marceau stared at the floor the entire time, but he's so chatty right now when it's on Kiki. Weird.
Like to offer you my support because sobriety is not something you play around with.
So now Carlos wants to offer Kiki his support because sobriety is not something that you play around with. And when you just sat here and badgered her in front of millions of viewers, because we all know that more people watch the reunion than they watch the actual season, right? So you badgered this woman with her kids watching, mind you. Kiki's kids at this moment were old enough to sit and watch the reunion, to watch you ask her mother and treat their mother this way in front of the entire world.
And I do hope that at the end of the day, you're able to find the help you need, making sure that you're okay. Stay with us for part 2 of the Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion special.
Right here. Look how she laughing. Right here. Well, was falling in the floor crying at the funeral. This one here had to pick her up. I told y'all. One of my subscribers was at the funeral. Marceau had to keep picking Tisha up off the floor because she kept falling on the floor crying when Kiki passed away at Kiki's funeral. Marceau had on shades because he looked like he was emotional, according to what was told to me. But you sit on the stage and you embarrass the fuck out of her in front of millions of viewers. This is your family, regardless. I didn't think it was funny. I feel like if she said no, I feel like maybe she said it. If that happened, maybe she didn't want it on TV. It's a lot of shit that y'all have going on. Y'all don't want talked about. Like Marceau said in his video, in his live with Tisha, that's our personal business. It's, we don't have to bring our personal business and what go on outside of the show on the show. Maybe she didn't want that shit brought on the show. It's embarrassing. She got kids. She got a family. She have colleagues that she worked with. Maybe she don't want to let people know that this was something she was struggling with, but you guys were so gung-ho on talking about her storyline versus talking about y'all stuff. You said you didn't want to talk about the Zen Garden case on the show because it wasn't supposed to be on the show. Maybe she didn't want to talk about her shit either. Respect that. Rest in peace to Kiki. Let's stop sharing. What do y'all think about that? What do you guys think about that? Okay. What do y'all think about it? I hated that for her. That's fucking embarrassing, okay? It's embarrassing for her. All right, so was that it? Yeah, that's the end of our show. That is definitely the end of our show this morning. I do have to go. I hope you guys, let me do a refresh to make sure we did not miss anything, because I know this whole Diddy situation is going on. Let me spin the block right quick. Let's see what else they're saying here. All right, let me share this right quick before we go. Let me spin the block again on this Diddy situation so we make sure we get everything. I know they're going to be doing more updates as the day goes on. All right, we're still waiting to hear what they're saying about the sentencing. They're saying he could face up to 10 years. They haven't sentenced him as of yet. Yeah, they are still crying. Tisha and Marceau are still crying because Tisha did say that Kiki was unalive to her. Tisha, you're dead to me. You're dead. She kept saying, you're dead to me. Like, why would you say that about your relative? I got some family members that piss me the fuck off and I don't ever want to see in life again, but I don't wish death upon them. I would never say, oh, you're dead to me. No. It's probably not gonna fool with you no more, but I wouldn't want you to not be on earth. Like, that's very harsh to say, right? But now you're eating your words, because you know every day you cry. I know Tisha's somewhere crying. She's probably crying her eyes out today. I know she's crying her eyes out today. All right, so let's see. It says that Diddy skates on most serious charges. It says the jury only convicts him on 2 counts. All right, so let's go ahead and read up on what they're saying. Now, the final verdict in the Sean Diddy Combs federal criminal trial is in, and it's not guilty on 3 of the 5 counts. It says that they acquitted him of racketeering, SEX trafficking of Cassie, and SEX trafficking of Jane. They're saying that he's only been convicted on counts 3 and 5, which are both transportation for the purpose of prostitution, aka the Mann Act. He faces a maximum sentence of 10 years for each of those counts. That's 20 years. I mean, I know I went to school. 10 plus 10 is 20. All right. Now, they said the Wednesday morning, which is today, about an hour after jurors arrived and went straight into the jury room. And the foreman sent a note out to Judge Arun Sabaramian telling him that they reached a unanimous verdict. All right. It says that all told, the 12-member jury, that 8 men and 4 women deliberated for 2 full days before reaching their final verdict Wednesday morning. Now, as we reported, it said that the jury came back Tuesday and said that they had a verdict of 4 of the 5 counts and were unable to come to a verdict on the RICO charge. It says that the judge told them to keep deliberating, and on Wednesday they delivered their verdict. Okay. Now, it said that the trial featured nearly 7 weeks of testimony from 34 witnesses, all called by the prosecutors. Now, Diddy's defense team rested their case without calling a single witness, including Diddy, and instead simply claimed the government failed to provide or prove, rather, its case beyond a shadow of a doubt. Now, it says that Diddy still got a potential out here. There's always a chance that he receives a pardon from Trump, okay, which we don't know anything about that yet. Said that who he has already said to consider this. So they said that he, of course, they're saying already asked, would Trump pardon him? Trump was like, I know he said some negative things about me in the past. I don't know, from the last thing that I saw in terms of them asking Trump to pardon Diddy. But at the end of the day, they're saying here that he is facing a maximum sentence of 10 years for each of those counts. Okay. So y'all hear that? He's been convicted on 3 of the 5, and he is facing a maximum 10 years for each of those counts. That's what it says here. So we will have to wait to see what the sentencing for Diddy's case will be. They said he can appeal the case. He can appeal the case. All right. But I do feel like they have enough evidence to get him on that. Okay. If they appeal the case, then it could be more testimonies or more evidence that's brought in that could, where he could be looking even crazier than he is. All right. So Diddy is found guilty on 2 counts and acquitted of racketeering and SEX trafficking is what they have here. So that is the update on that. And that is our show for the day. I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you so much. Mods, thank you so much. Belle Wilson, KB, or Tyra, Scorpion Miss. Thank you to my backup mods, Sweet Essence. Thank you so much, True TV Podcast and Rose Armstead. Thank y'all for doing an awesome job. To the content creators that stopped by here, thank you, Shay Renee, Simple Mom Family TV, Sunny Day, Schoolboy. Thank you, True TV Podcast, Girlfriend Chronicles, Purple Unicorn. Did I miss anybody? Thank you so much, Shay Renee, for stopping by. And everyone else, y'all know I love y'all down. I appreciate you guys for all of the love and support that you guys give on this channel. Please don't forget to tap on that like button for me if you can, so that we can push this video out into the algorithm. Okay. I will be tapping in with you guys to do a midday pop in, as well as I'm trying to hit y'all later. I wanted to go on later last night, but of course we had bad thunderstorms here with the lights flickering on and off, and I was not about to risk it, child. No, y'all know how that is when there's a bad storm. So I just took my ass to bed and relaxed because it wasn't shit I could do. But thank y'all so much. I will see you guys later on today. Be safe. Happy hump day to everyone. All right. Tell a friend to come on over to the Cameron Rail Show to subscribe to this channel. Also to my backup channel as well, for those of you that would like to do that as well. Okay. Thank you. Let's get out of here, honey. If nothing else, let's get out of here and let's
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go,